Welcome to Pregnant Stallion Radio. Now, some of you may be aware we used to be under the name of MLPC Radio. In the last couple of weeks, we've been going through some massive changes. Now, we've completely changed our name. We've gone independent from MLP Chan, which is the biggest thing. We're not their official radio anymore like we used to be. We're not affiliated in any way at this point. Right now we have set up email, Tumblr, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, live stream. And I've actually been contacting quite a few people. We have guests lined up. In the next month or so, I've got a ton of people in line right now. We have a couple of features and advertisements on a few sites, to name a few. BronyNet, it's a kind of a Facebook knockoff, small 5,000-6,000 people user base. As well, Cloudsdale.org now. That is kind of a unique site in itself. It's not a knockoff of anything else I've really seen.
What is it?
It's kind of I want to say IRC channel, but it's not really. It's a system of chat and networks and things like that. So that's pretty neat. Now, as you can tell, we have an extremely strange name. Reason behind that?
It's not strange.
It's incredibly strange.
Come on.
Don't kid yourself.
We didn't use a condom.
Yeah, that's the nature of it, I'm afraid. We needed something different. We wanted something that wasn't typical from the general norm of what a lot of other radios have. We're not going to go with something with
Holy Radio
or Celestia or something like that. It's just it's not eye-catching.
My
it's
little podcast.
It's redundant, is what it really is. So what I really wanted to do was do something that was different than what a lot of people have done. So, as I've mentioned many times, we don't use scripts. I have a few things written on my screen just so I can remember stuff because I have the worst memory ever. We also, we don't do interviews like a lot of radios do. What I like to do is I have guests on and then we just kind of talk about things for a little while. So nothing as serious as what an interview is. We're not going to sit someone down and go, okay, who are you? What do you do? What are you? Like that. It's overdone, and I hate watching them.
Are you kidding? I want to hear the same anecdote that every voice actor says a million times.
No, I can't do that.
Sarah Strong. Why is your last name Strong?
I think for the people involved, it's very boring as well. They don't want to sit there every week and do the same damn thing. If you want to know the type of things that you get from these people, you can just look it up, and there's going to be 20 of them online somewhere. So it's too overdone, and it's nicer for everyone involved when we can sit down and have a conversation that they're actually going to enjoy, and then you can kind of see a little bit more about that person, or if it's someone that's never really done an interview, then it's not going to be as forced. I personally believe.
Well, it's like a pickle jar. The Pregnant Stallion's pickle jar.
Now, going off on that, we have a few segment changes.
What the hell you just said.
We have a few segment changes. I know Amonisis isn't aware. First of all, this segment you're listening to right now used to be the advice column. Now, there wasn't a lot of advice being given because we didn't have a lot of questions, so we've changed things up a bit so we're not relying on different things that we shouldn't be. We are now the Crusaders Talk, Advice, and Banter Column, or just Crusaders Talk for short. The reason behind that name is that you obviously can't see if you're listening in, but the three of us together in our Skype group have made up, and this was completely coincidental, but the three of us, our avatars on Skype make up the 3CMC. That wasn't planned, but I think from the start, that just kind of happened by accident, but it's a nice coincidence, so...
That's an apple!
No. I ain't touching your goddamn
Why not?
Take those apples and get out of my house. You're fired. I'm just kidding.
Yes, well, we're talking about magical serendipity, I believe.
Now, we still have Shuckle. He's doing music reviews now, which he was in the latter part of MLPC Radio, but he isn't doing news anymore for a few different reasons, one of them being we are in the hiatus between seasons, so there wasn't going to be a lot of news, a lot of content for him to go off of. But his music reviews are definitely really entertaining to listen to because he is in the process of getting a degree or going to school or something like that in music theory. So he does know a lot about this type of stuff.
Something like that.
Now, Bleeding Raindrops, he has, all along, he's not changed. He's probably been the most consistent person all along. But he does fanfic, dramatic readings, kind of reviews, but more dramatic readings. And he's been a part of the fanfic community for a long time. He does editing and things like that, so he's got experience there. Now, we three here have no experience whatsoever. I don't know what to say about that. I'm just kidding. We're just
what are you talking about? I actually have recordings of dramatic Mortal Kombat fanfiction readings.
Well, I didn't mean...
If you want.
Let's,
this is what the world is waiting for, right?
I think we should...
I am a theater major. I'm learning how to be public ass for people.
I think we should leave the element of you reading Mortal Kombat fan fiction out of this.
But you don't know about Shang Tsung's invasion letters. Once you know about the invasion letters, everything changes.
I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about it.
No, the correct nomenclature in MK fanfiction is Finch him. Not finish him. Finch. Get it right.
You're a Finch.
That was very inappropriate. Very inappropriate. We're trying to maintain.
So yeah,
we're trying to take a PG-13 level, and the Amonisis just takes it out of the water. Shake, go ahead.
You're talking about chickens again.
It's just a little bird.
Oh, you know, I forgot. I was going to get a soundboard. For this episode. We'll do that next week. I forgot.
Well, anyway, to lead up what you were talking about, basically what we're saying is bear with us as we sort of figure out what we're on about.
Yeah, kind of
radio's about personalities. Weird personalities sometimes.
But I mean, personality is important. If everything was the same, it wouldn't be interesting to listen to. And then that's, I think, what took us the longest was to find, kind of as a radio, how we wanted ourselves to be as a whole, and how we would all kind of fit in there. And one of the reasons that we left MLP Chan is because we just didn't fit there for a number of different reasons. I really won't go into things, but it was more rather than trying to conform ourselves to what they may or may not actually want, we'll keep doing what we were really passionate in doing and just kind of going off and going independent. And I think that jump going independent, we really needed that because it kickstarted us into getting all this. Like, we never had the Facebook, the Tumblrs, and all this other stuff. We never had that before. But now, we have all this stuff set up. We've contacted artists and things like that who... The Tumblr post I will follow this up with is going to have a barrage of links because we're going to be linking our two partnership sites, which are going to be having advertisement, featureship things, as well as the 3 artists that have helped us put together the art that is now on our Tumblr, Facebook, and all that stuff, and more art to come, actually, but have graciously agreed to help us. These very talented artists have agreed to help us, and I definitely don't know where would we would be off without them, because a Tumblr that doesn't have any kind of professional look is just like every other Tumblr, and I don't think I could quite get the gumption to pull it off like I have.
Our Sandcast was just
podcasting.
Is it working? Yes.
No.
But basically we need to be independent because that's the only way we can be ourselves, the only way we can be ourselves as, Pregnant Stallion enthusiasts. And, you can't really...
You gotta be ourselves. You can't be put down by the man, dude.
Shut up. Let the man talk.
Okay.
Seriously.
I was done talking.
Put a sock in it, go sit in the corner. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't hear the last bit of it.
Did you say your speech? You tell me your speech.
I just rambled on for the last 10 minutes. That was my speech. I'm going to go off a couple of the holy chicken. We're at 10 minutes already. Some of the guests we have lined up. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks, I have the mod from the post-Crusade Tumblr blog and art blog, I will bring that up on the live stream right now, that none of you can actually see. So it kind of defeats the purpose. If I can spell right. Pretty talented artist there. Hopefully in a couple of weeks, once I figure out some time scheduling with that. I have the admin of PonyChan now. Mythant tells me he's never really done any interviews before, and as far as I know, his predecessor never did interviews really, so we might very well, don't quote me on it because I don't really know, we might very well be the only ones that have ever interviewed a PonyChan admin before, which is pretty cool, if you ask me.
Exclusive! Only on Pregnant Stallion Radio. Tune in today.
As well, we have a show coming up in the next couple of weeks with the admin of BronyNet, Jacob Pritchett, who has quite a few interesting things to say. We kind of have I don't want to say agreement, going right now.
Sneaky.
I won't say any more on that. Yeah, sneaky stuff. Sneaky stuff. But yeah, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, we should be seeing a lot of positivity coming from the radio as we start getting our places in different sites for advertising and stuff like that. We're going to continue to pursue finding a couple more places, as well see hopefully some more art on our Tumblr blogs. For those of you who have been with us since we were MLPC Radio, I appreciate the one or two people that actually followed us from the beginning. We had a couple of a rocky trip a bit, some weeks where nobody really did anything, things like that.
Proud, the MLPC radio fans.
Pretty soon, and we will get together a lot of the old material that we have scattered around on SoundCloud and YouTube and stuff like that once we get around to that. And before I forget to keep adding this, every once in a while, maybe once a month or something like that, if we have a big guest, I'm thinking of doing this with Mythant, the PonyChan admin. We will have all the segments together. That will be us, myself, Shade, Amonisis, if you'd like to join me, but I know his schedule does not always permit. Bleeding Raindrops and Shuckle, as long as those two can stop talking long enough to give Mythant a chance. And when we come together, we have our featured radio, which is called The Pickle Jar, aptly named.
Don't let people think about this for themselves. This is too scary for them. Come on, just think about it as a room with pickles, lots and lots of pickles,
and like 6 people that
everyone's a pickle. We used to be.
When you think about it,
became the pickle.
Oh, excuse me. But make sure you follow one of our Tumblr, Facebook, whatever social media. There's also Twitter, YouTube, if that's your thing. As we will be posting live stream hours, as well as every Tuesday we'll be releasing our whole podcast as a whole, which will have Raindrops and Shuckle segments as well. What was I going to go off on that? If you have anything you would like to see us do, guests, suggestions, or stuff like that, by all means.
Juggle. Unicycle.
As well, we are still very much
I can juggle. Never tried a unicycle before.
We're very much, I really don't want to go into that. We're not a game show here. We're a podcast. Kind of defeats the purpose of doing tricks when they can't even see you.
It's exciting. I'm playing with my yo-yo right now. Can you hear it? No, you can't.
I'm standing on one head and bouncing my 3 plates, and they're on fire.
Intense action scenes and explosions, only on Pregnant Stallion.
And they're all very silent right now.
You guys made me lose my train of thought.
You had one?
I totally had one. Oh, yeah. We are still very much open to taking questions like we did initially with advice column. You can hit up my personal blog, ask-adviceandblog.tumblr.com. You can email us at pregnantstallion@gmail.com, or you can email me, surfthe@gmail.com. So lots of options there. But
anything goes, really.
Anything goes, yeah, honestly. If you want to ask us personal questions, if you want to ask Amonisis why he doesn't want to shut up for some reason,
Hey,
By all
I'm
means,
the
'cause,
most
you know,
quiet one on the show right now.
I'd like to know.
Yeah, but
Well, you know,
what
some
you
places
lack in
I'm known as
quantity, you make up for in quality.
Oh, thank you very much, Shade. I like it when people appreciate my work.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, sorry. Please
You're
continue.
very much.
So, but you can even, we're so desperate for content, really, you could even just carefully cloak your statement in the form of a question by just appending a question mark at the end. We won't see it coming. We'll read it and then think out, oh my goodness, they just called us losers. They didn't actually ask anything. Terrifying.
Desperate is a strong word. But, you know, now you're setting us up for some disappointment here, because someone could send us an email that could say, like, pony, with a question mark. Pony? No, the answer is always no. Just kidding.
Actually, yes. The answer is yes when it comes to ponies.
Shade never says no to pony.
Never say no to pony.
Why would I? It's better to say yes.
Why would you? Well, they've got this disease going around, and I didn't want to tell you about it, but...
What are you doing? Stop. Stop right now. The train you're about to board has already left the station.
I'm not even sure what...
Boarding a moving train. Okay, gotcha.
Going off the rails. I'm not going to finish that. We all know where this is going, and it's nowhere good.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're basically improvising a little when it comes to content. So even there are a few people checking in through live stream right now. You are only way out of this.
Live stream has a tendency.
You have to ask us things. Compose relationship questions.
Hey, relationship
views
advice.
of hepatitis C. Blueberry
Make a
pancakes.
collage, a diorama, create a play, maybe even a musical, sharing about our greatness. No. I don't know what it'd be called. Pregnant Stallion Radio musical.
It's too early.
We'll just pretend that never happened. And I left the sound on the live stream. Closing that window! That's why we have editors, folks.
This is high quality professionalism at its finest.
Professional. It's part of
Yeah, but at any point,
it's our tune, man. We're not professional here. Professionals for lamos. And other people.
Yeah, but we're real.
And Amonisis.
Shoulder pat, my head sleep back. I am professional to teach.
We are the world streets, yo.
Well, I think that about. I think that wraps it up.
That's it for today.
That's it for today. We have absolutely nothing more to say.
Thank you so much for listening on another wonderful Pregnant Stallion Radio show.
Actually, we have extra bonus content in case
goodness!
Any question?
What would that be?
Oh,
you put me on the spot. I had no idea about this.
We haven't prepared this at all.
Nothing we do is
lo and
prepared.
behold, I have a few quirky bookmarks. I've been strolling across the internet. I go to one page and I click a link there and I go somewhere and I find curious news items. So let me put on my news reading glasses.
By all means, share. This is Shade's bookmark corner.
Is that what we're calling it?
Yes, he does have a fan club. That Tumblr will be coming up shortly.
I haven't even started yet. There's no content. Oh my goodness.
Well, then you have a lot of pressure now, aren't we? Don't disappoint the children.
Our first story, this is very relevant. The 19th of March, this very year, that's 2013.
Is it?
For all you future aliens digging this podcast up. It's taking place in the wonderful town of Gülcük in Turkey. That's right. Gülcük, I think is how you pronounce it.
Well, I'm glad you're the one reading it off, because I probably wouldn't be able to read it.
Here's the other problem. It's written in a foreign language, this news item. So let me just decrypt it with my head brain. So,
translation.
This village, it's located in the northwest of Turkey. I feel so well prepared. So there was this bridge here, and villagers woke up today and they saw, a couple of days ago, and they saw, hey, our bridge is gone.
What an interesting happenstance.
Yeah, they just vanished. Apparently the thieves using metal saws to saw the bridge into pieces, and then took to pieces.
They stole
theft.
the chicken bridge. Now, I've heard of people stealing art and things like that, but like a bridge, that's like stealing a house. How do you do that? It's clever.
You do it very
another world.
I'm not sure exactly how you go about hiding the bridge, and then thereafter trying to find a market to sell said bridge without raising suspicion.
Well, they just melt it down into metal, I think.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
even
they just cut
that's
it down
a lot
to pieces. And then went to the black market. Hey, I got some pieces of metal bridge for you.
That seems like it would involve...
Yeah, we got some black market bridge for you. This is high quality stuff right here, man.
That seems like it would involve...
You got some support beams. We got everything we want.
That seems like it would involve way too much planning, way too many people involved for the profit to be actually worth it. Like, how much money would they get out of that? They'd probably have to have 30 or 40 people to cut that thing quick enough, have like 6 trucks to just start loading pieces onto this truck. Like, honestly, where's the payoff on that?
Well, it's not always about the payoff. It could be about the statement. And the statement is that they obviously hate bridges.
They could say on their deathbed, "Son, in my day, we stole bridges." That's right, we stole a bridge. See, now I've heard of...
obviously some deep-seated conspiracy. They're trying to make a statement that they can't own the connection between human beings and planet Earth.
See, I've heard of elaborate plans to steal everything from like a Best Buy. This was somewhere in the U.S., so it must have been a couple years ago. But they cut a hole through the ceiling so that the sentries and stuff like that couldn't read them. They were behind signs and stuff like that, so the cameras couldn't see them. And they took everything from the store. The employees got there the next morning to find that none of the alarms had gone off, but everything was gone. This is a couple $2 billion and stuff. Gone.
They even took the cockroaches.
Even the cockroaches.
All of them.
They took all the cockroaches.
Not even a crumb.
Jerry.
Not even a crumb was left for the mouse.
Boy.
Oh, Jerry, I'm sad.
Poor Jerry.
Well,
I know.
Boy, he was going to graduate from Cockroach High School. He was going to be a dentist.
Well, he was tested as HIV positive, so I guess it was coming. I guess we saw the signs.
Hang in there, Jerry the Roach. Hang in there.
And he broke his right leg.
Shade, are you sure he's dead? Are you HIV positive?
Oh,
no. I didn't do it with Terry. I swear it was just a research project. Got a little carried away, but these are just rumors. Rumors on the internet. Move on. I have another news item here.
Next one.
It's just very exciting. So, this is really mediocre football team. This is very professionally introduced, by the way. I'll just read it straight from BBC.
Uh-oh.
Greek footballer Georgios Katidis banned from Nazi salute. A Greek footballer has been banned for life from playing for the national team after making a Nazi salute. AEK Athens, which is a very mediocre football team, midfielder Georgios Katidis, 20, made the gesture to celebrate his winning goal during Saturday match. So, the official statement from the Football Federation of Greece says it's really, really bad, okay, especially with those Holocaust victims and all that stuff. But here's where it gets interesting and where I'm looking for your collective input, because he himself denies that he gave a Nazi salute. He says, "I am not a fascist and would not have done it if I had known what it meant," he said on his Twitter account.
See,
so, I think the term is fascist, not fascist.
Now,
don't make fun of his accents.
To quote a very smart man, You can't hold a moron responsible for his own actions. He didn't know what it meant. That doesn't make him some kind of racist. I mean, he was a jock after all.
Actually, the thing is, I saw this and I thought, well, this, of course he's going to say that this is so obvious. What an easy way out. But then I actually looked at the video, and he looks like he's utterly vacuous up there under his hair, which is not that odd for a football player, but still. And I know that status is not mutually exclusive to, like neo-Nazi mentalities, very, very close, but I could tell that he wasn't really religious about it, if you know what I mean.
Well, I mean, it could have been like a half-ass wave or some kind of a salute or something like that. He didn't understand what it meant. It's just
what do you think about that?
Well, I don't think he should have
really
been.
Interesting.
He shouldn't have been banned from football, or as we North Americans call it, soccer.
Football, not hand egg.
Hand egg.
Yes.
Hand egg is my favorite sport, as well as hit bird egg with long stick, also known as golf here in the States.
I think the obvious solution to this is give him an IQ test. If he scores less than 20, which chances are he probably will, you can't really hold him responsible now, can you?
Oh, that's an interesting way of dealing with a real-world problem. But
not quite. Just give everybody IQ tests.
Well, what I'm interested about is it possible that we're going to get to the state where this salute is given back to our vocabulary, if you will, and people are no longer treating it with antipathy or something like that?
Well,
I think like in a couple hundred years, it'd be like so far in the past that it would just become like some little quirk of history, and it wouldn't have the same kind of bite as it does now, since we still have people that were, alive during World War II and all that kind of happening. So if you give it some time, the bite of the meaning of that symbol would go away, and then people will just keep playing around with it, and it won't have as deep of an impact on people's psyches, and then it just become like a normal Heil Hitler type thing. Yeah.
Well,
I think it's more like a funny meme nowadays already. It's not really quite so...
I could see where the soccer league would be coming like that, coming from. If you look at what the swastika was pre-Nazism, it was a sign, it was a symbol of peace, really. So it's all about the interpretation you take from that. So even if he was doing it ignorantly, you still, like, he's still kind of responsible for his actions. Prior to what I was saying before, he's still smart enough to know that his actions are extremely dangerous sometimes. It'd be no different if he said some racist slur and said, "Oh, I didn't know that's what it meant." It's the same thing, really.
Well, to quote one of my favorite authors, who incidentally writes fan fiction on Mortal Kombat, every man is responsible for his own destiny. That's basically what you said, right?
Oh yeah,
that's what he says.
Very much true. And I think that's a lot of people hold the same.
I drilled you there.
Well, yeah,
wonderful.
Really, like I said before, you are responsible for your actions, and sometimes actions can be extremely dangerous. I think what he should do is just kind of face the consequences. An ideal way to handle that would be to like publicly apologize. If he publicly apologized, he might get accepted in a few years back into the.
Yeah, but here's the thing: how accountable shall he be? Because if you're watching the occasional football game or hand ag game or any other professional sport, I'm frequently reminded that it sounds a bit elitist, but it's one of those areas of society where it's really the lowest of the lowest scum are very populous. It's one of those places where, there's still the appearances are being kept widely. that homosexuals don't exist, and if you lose a game, it's because you didn't pray harder than the opponents, and it's very silly. That's my opinion, anyway.
Who else is full of opinion, Shade? Sorry to break it to you.
Finally,
opinions are like
I have
sometimes everyone has one and they stink, but you need it. You really do.
I have news from last year I found on Wikipedia.
Oh no, not Wikipedia.
So this takes place in Serbia. Isn't that awesome? News from Serbia. So there was this vampire there once, it's a scary vampire. And name is something like Sava Savanovic, but if I pronounce it correctly, I'm probably doomed. So I'm just going to keep it at that. It was intentional.
Is that intentional. One of those saying it in front of the mirror in the dark 3 times and he appears?
Yeah, by the way, early 18th century, he was drinking blood there. So he was drinking blood there, early 18th century. But his mill just collapsed. The place he lived in this grain mill.
Oh, okay.
It collapsed last year, and people freaked and panicked because the vampire was running wild. So they did the only logical thing. They turned to the mayor, who, in all his wisdom, declared that pandemonium is at hand and everybody should buy garlic to protect their house.
And then the garlic industry goes.
So there was a garlic shortage in town. They ran out of garlic.
Maybe the local garlic dealer tore it down so that they would buy all his garlic, and then he could finally go on his vacation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a sabotage.
Oh my gosh, everyone buy garlic.
It's all a conspiracy.
It's one of those funny, quirky things. It's like reminds me of American government. It's just OMG WTF for the rest of the world, but they're in their little bubble where vampires must be shielded against with garlic and all that. It's awesome. Just the official response to the craze of vampires is calling for more garlic. Isn't that fantastic?
All garlic.
Meanwhile, everyone else is buying stocks and garlic.
Yeah, people listening to the show, just in case, if you're close to
maybe it was
Serbia and stuff.
Maybe it was a stockholders conspiracy. Someone with a lot of money decided they wanted to buy stock and garlic.
Oh,
and then they just
conspiracy
so they
theories
gathered down all
lot.
These things. Vampires everywhere. Everyone's in panic.
Maybe there are some pretty cheap running around as well. It's possible.
Oh, quite.
In theory, the government is just keeping it in the wraps, man. They actually found one of those last year.
Right.
Just crashed into an ocean inside another planet. Mm-hmm. But that's all I got today.
Keeping us under the radar, bro. They're brainwashing us, man. We've seen those, but they use their flashy red pens at us. We don't remember anything. I remember it, man. I remember it.
You saw it in a dream, and it was true.
Hashtag real conspiracies.
Wheel talk. Hashtag. Wait, I did that.
So before we go on a
hashtag. Yeah.
Before we go on a merry way, have you risen to the occasion? Have people asked us questions about our quirky pancake styles?
None that I can see.
Comments on vampires?
No. Dan here just kind of made a very quick little MK fanfic that I will not repeat right now.
Okay, let's leave that.
All
right, now let's wrap it up. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Make sure to follow us on one of our social network sites, particularly Tumblr, where most of what's going on will be there. I prefer it myself, but I will follow up.
And this is also the part. This is the part where we introduce ourselves so people know who we are.
This is the part where you fall down and bleed it. We forgot that! Oh, crap.
No, we do that at the end.
See, I'm assuming now that everybody here knows who I am. Alright, well, I am
So the Anthropone extraordinaire. Yeah, exactly. You're Sarf Magnifico.
I am so. Thank you.
The other
I couldn't get that out myself.
Amonisis. And
hello, my name is Amonisis.
Is it? Is it really? I couldn't catch that the first time, because, I definitely couldn't hear Shade talking.
My claim to fame, that is, I'm a professional gray brony. Just saying that.
That's nice. Go back to the corner.
I don't know if that entails. I don't get paid for it, but, I am that.
Who said anything about getting paid?
It's all about your attitude, man. It's not about the money.
Fantastic. What are you talking about?
So.
Anyways, let's wrap it up. Our orange friend in the corner here with the Dutch accent is slightly Shade, or in this case, maybe he's the full Shade. I don't know. Are you awake enough to be the full Shade?
I'm
in the dark.
Yeah, I'm not holding back.
Are you the real Slim Shady?
That doesn't sound at all ridiculous.
Slim Shady that just imitated. So what the real Slim Shady? Please stand up. Please stand up. Please stand up. Shade, are you standing? Because I'm asking a serious question here.
Please stand up. Give a bow to the audience. You standing?
Please.
Excellent. Now sit down. I didn't tell you could talk. All right, let's wrap it up here. This has been the radio of radios and stuff. Miscellaneous squeaks and stuff like that. Thank you for tuning in. We will be live next Sunday at 8 o'clock MST, Mountain Standard Time, or that would be 10 p.m. Eastern, I believe. Don't ask me to convert that to anything else because I don't know, and as usual, we will be having
4 o'clock at night CET.
Well, no
3 GMT.
No one cares about the Netherlands. Now,
3 GMT, that's all the Brits.
We will be posting every Wednesday. Make sure to tune in, as some of my co-hosts might be going onto their own live streams. Good night. Keep on keeping on.